The village of Elmbrook was small, a place where everyone knew each other. It was a tight-knit community where traditions were held dear. It was nestled between hills, surrounded by lush greenery and the sounds of nature. The hills provided a sense of security, but also a feeling of isolation. Life in Elmbrook was hard. The villagers toiled in the fields from sunrise to sunset, their hands calloused from years of labor. The work was relentless, but it was all they knew. People worked from dawn till dusk, tending to their crops and livestock. The rhythm of their lives was dictated by the seasons and the land. Kai was a young boy who lived there. He was a part of this world, yet he often felt like an outsider. He had known hardship from a young age. Kai's parents had died when he was just a child, leaving him to navigate life on his own. He lived with his aunt, a stern woman who had little patience for a young boy's dreams. She was cruel and made him work tirelessly, often scolding him for the smallest mistakes. Kai's days were filled with chores and responsibilities. He had little time to play, watching other children from a distance as they laughed and played. His heart ached for the freedom they enjoyed. He dreamt of a better life, one where he could be free from the burdens that weighed him down. He often gazed at the horizon, imagining what lay beyond the hills. A life away from Elmbrook, where he could find his own path and make his own destiny. One day he was carving wood, a skill he had learned from his father. It was one of the few things that brought him joy. He was good at it, his hands moving deftly as he shaped the wood into intricate designs. He could carve animals and birds with such detail that they seemed almost alive. Each piece was a testament to his skill and patience. He was carving a wolf, its fierce eyes and powerful stance captured perfectly in the wood. It was his best work yet, a piece that he hoped would change his life. He hoped to sell it. He needed money, not just for survival, but to fulfill his dream of leaving Elmbrook. He needed to leave Elmbrook to find a place where he could be free and live the life he had always imagined. A merchant came to Elmbrook. His name was Elias. He was known far and wide for his keen eye for unique items and his knack for trading. The villagers always looked forward to his visits, as he often brought exotic goods and fascinating stories from distant lands. He had a cart full of goods, ranging from spices to silks. As he wandered through the village, he saw Kai's wolf. It was a beautifully carved wooden wolf, unlike anything he had seen before. He was impressed by the craftsmanship and the lifelike detail. "That's a fine piece of work," he said, his eyes gleaming with interest. "Would you trade it?" Kai, the young carver, was hesitant. This wolf was one of his best works, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to part with it. "What do you offer?" Kai asked, curiosity piqued. Elias smiled warmly, sensing an opportunity. He pulled out a book from his cart. "This," he said, holding it out for Kai to see. The book had a worn cover, but the pages inside were well preserved. "It's a book about trading," Elias explained. "It contains knowledge that can help you turn your carvings into a thriving business. It's more valuable than gold," he added, seeing the uncertainty in Kai's eyes. Kai was unsure. He had never owned a book before, and he didn't know how to read. He didn't know how to read, and the idea of trading his prized carving for something he couldn't use seemed foolish. But something about the book called to him. Perhaps it was the promise of new opportunities or the allure of the unknown. After a moment of contemplation, he agreed to trade. He handed the wolf to Elias, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. This trade could change his life in ways he couldn't yet imagine. Elias took Kai with him. He became his apprentice. Life was tough, but Elias saw potential in the young boy. He knew that with the right guidance, Kai could become a skilled trader. Kai had to learn fast. Every day was a new lesson, a new challenge. He studied maps to understand the geography of trade routes and practiced writing to keep accurate records. Elias was a good teacher. He taught Kai how to count coins meticulously and discuss trade items with confidence. He was kind but firm. Elias believed in discipline and hard work, and he made sure Kai understood the importance of both. Kai learned about buying and selling. He observed the bustling market activities and helped set up stalls, gaining hands-on experience. He learned about different cities and cultures. He learned to read signs in various languages, understanding the diversity of the trading world. He read the book Elias gave him. It was filled with knowledge about trade, ethics, and the history of commerce. He learned about profit and loss. Kai understood the importance of keeping accurate records and making wise financial decisions. He learned about honesty and hard work. He missed Elmbrook, his home, but he knew that this journey was essential for his growth. But he knew this was his chance. A chance to learn, to grow, and to make something of himself. A chance to make a better life. With each passing day, Kai grew more confident, more knowledgeable, and more determined to succeed. Years passed. Kai grew up. He became a successful trader. He remembered Elias's lessons. He was honest and hardworking, always striving for excellence. He had his own caravan, a symbol of his success. He traveled far and wide, exploring new horizons. He traded in silks and spices, bringing exotic goods. He traded in jewels and perfumes, rare and precious. He made a lot of money, achieving great wealth. He named his company Elmbrook Blooms, a tribute to his journey. He never forgot his roots, always remembering his humble beginnings. He never forgot where he came from. He remembered his dream. He wanted to help his village, to give back to his community. He wanted to make it better, to see it flourish.